Okay, is it set? There we go. There we go. Okay. Hello, all five of you who came to watch a gaming stream. I figured this might make entertaining content because I'm really tilted at the moment, and I'll just. It might make some good raging of just me complaining about deck meta, the matchmaking system, the deck shuffler, and counter decks. I really fucking hate counter decks. I don't know. If I was Pope, I would issue a papal bull against the use of counter spells. I'd be like, look, you're going to hell if you play a blue deck with counter spells in it. I think that's just. I think most of us can agree that that is a good idea. By the way, if people at some point want me to do a Magic the Gathering tutorial, maybe. Unfortunately, I don't have any of my decks here. So I had, of course, moved to Winnipeg. So I don't have my decks here. I have, obviously, Arena, which I could do a tutorial in. But if people want that, then just let me know. So, yeah, since the last time I've actually made quite a few new decks. Most of them are not very good. The problem is just a lot of like let me just go into my zombie deck for instance. A lot of decks require play sets of rare cards, and I just don't want to blow through all of my yeah, like champion like zombie deck kind of needs four champions of the parish because it's just so much better than everything else. Oh no, Wizards of the Coast is soy as fuck. Wizards of the Coast made Aragorn black in the Lord of the Rings set. But it's a game I like, and I mean, if I was to boycott everything that was shitty, then I couldn't do anything. I couldn't use any bank. I remember one time when I went to confession, I was like, I feel bad about using Scotiabank because how heavily they promote like sexual degeneracy. He's like, look, dude, you're not responsible for that. So I take a sip of my coffee. It was kind of funny the other day at work because everyone was talking about like the fancy organic coffee brands they buy, and like I just buy Maxwell House or Folgers or whatever's on sale, and everyone was just like, "Oh, oh, you drink that stuff that poor people drink." I don't know. I drink a lot of coffee, so getting like expensive coffee would just be uh, unnecessary, I guess. So no, but Wizards is like the most soy company in their recent. I think D&D, whatever the new one is, they removed all racial bonuses, because that was racist, making orcs dumber but stronger is racism. Because of black people, the fact that they associate black people with orcs like just is pretty funny, but Okay, so we're gonna go through the various decks I have. So, okay. So today I had made so I find it hard to get. So how ladder works in this game is up until platinum, you get 2 points per win and lose 1 point per loss. Once you reach platinum, it's 1 point per win and 1 point per loss. And I just get kind of frustrated a lot of the time whenever I'm doing that. So what I will often do is, so I was trying to make a deck that would just have a high win ratio so I could just grind out my wins. One of the things is there's like really no point in going from platinum to higher because it's like one pack difference between platinum and diamond. So it's kind of completely pointless. It's pretty easy to make it to platinum, and then you might as well just play unranked after that. So, let's see here. Let's just start going through decks. What should I start off with today? I'm just gonna... I think I'm just gonna play unranked, because I'm getting pretty tilted. So, we're gonna play one of my favorite decks to start off with. Let me see. Did I reduce that? I need to reduce this one to fewer cards. I don't know. That's something I have a bad habit of, is going to like 62 or 63 cards. There's often like one thing I'm very indecisive of taking maybe one copy out of something. Maybe I'll take one of Sentinel Sliver out. Okay. So we're going to start out with Slivers today because I like Slivers. It's kind of a throwback. I remember because when I started playing Magic, it was Onslaught, and Slivers were like big at that point in time. So, yeah. So for those of you who don't know, basically how Slivers work is all Slivers power up all other Slivers. So every Sliver has an ability that says all Slivers have this, and it can snowball very quick. I should not have kept that hand. This starting hand is terrible, but I just wasn't paying attention, so that's my fault, I guess. Okay. Am I gonna... You know what? I'm just gonna concede this game because I had no mana. So that one was my fault though for choosing to go for not mulliganing when it was clear I couldn't play anything. That was not the game's fault for once. Okay, so let's see here. Wild cards can be redeemed. There's Elspeth, aka Best Girl. Okay, and we're just in the queue. It's funny when I look at like the advice on like Reddit for this game. They're like, just make a sideboard, and I'm like, how can you sideboard in like a game where you're doing like 1v1? Like, how can you sideboard in single matches? And they're like, just sideboard in single matches. It's just it's gonna work somehow. Okay, this looks much better. So we'll play with this, and I will go with Forest. I don't know. I find stuff like this is kind of overpowered because it's basically a dual land with no drawbacks. And the only time that like it would make sense to play something other than that dual land is if you are I lost my train of thought there. If there's a card that specifically references like forests or mountains or something. So okay. Target creature you control has base power of 3. It looks like he's playing some sort of red deck wins. So against that, I'm going to play Spiteful Sliver, Whenever this creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target player or planeswalker, which is very good against red deck wins. So we're going to get that out. Heroic Intervention is actually really good for creature-based decks. Permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Yep, and it's just going to keep shooting me. He's playing red deck wins. I kind of wonder if I should just concede, because, like, he's just going to keep shooting everything I play, so what's even, like, the point? Okay, he's going to play, like, another board nuke or something. One of my issues with the meta at the moment is there's too many, like, board wipes. So I'll play against, like, blue-white decks that have, like, 7 or 8 kill all creatures, and it'll just be literally every turn. And then they'll also have a bunch of counter spells, so it's just basically sitting there watching paint dry. It's the meme reel. What does that... Oh, shit. Okay, well, thank you for telling me. Okay, well, that was embarrassing. Alright, I'll have to... Okay, we're just going to restart this. Okay, hello, everybody! So, I'm sorry about that. I forgot to switch to Magic. So, we're going to be playing some Magic the Gathering Arena today. I'm on, like, a 20-game loss streak or something. And I'm pretty salty at the moment, so I thought it might be a good idea to just record myself being extremely salty and just yelling at the game and complaining about the meta for a while. It's, I think, especially bad because it's the beginning of a new season, and generally at the beginning of the new season, the best players will grind up to Mythic, and then they just won't play. So it's the end of the month is much easier to play than the beginning. Part of the thing, though, is ranked is kind of worthless because if you look at it, so below platinum and below platinum, you get 2 points per win and lose 1 point per loss. And for platinum and up, you gain 1 point if you win, and you lose 1 point if you lose. And the matchmaker is designed to try to force you to have a 50-50 win-loss. So, like, if you're really good, you can make it up, but there's, like, it's one... The only difference is one pack between Platinum and Diamond. And it can take, like, hours and hours and hours and hours. I think it can take, like, 50 games to get up to Diamond, and it's just not worth it past a certain point. Okay, so we're going to start off with slivers today. So slivers are one of my favorite archetypes. Really fun back in the day when I started playing. Basically, every sliver powers up all your other slivers. Every sliver has the ability all slivers you control get X. One of my issues with Arena is they don't have a lot of cards, but they have a lot of, like, annoying cards. That was completely incoherent. What I mean is they will not have a lot of the slivers from previous sets, but they'll have, like, 30 board nukes. So it's like there's some slivers, a lot of slivers I would like to be able to use, but I can't. But you can have, like, 20 board nukes in your deck, which is something I come across more than you might think. Okay, I'm going to play that. I don't think Secluded Courtyard is balanced. So, add 1 mana okay, as it comes into play, choose a creature type. Add 1 mana of any color, spend only on casting a creature of the chosen type. So basically, if you're playing a tribal deck, it's just add 1 mana of any color to your add 1 mana of any color. which is kind of I don't know. I think it's kind of dumb. It's very very good. I don't know. It's weird because they made slivers look a lot more human in the new ones. Yeah, the first deck I got was a seventh edition starter deck. Was it the one with Thorn Elemental in it? Because that was the first one I got, and then I played Onslaught. I stopped playing, I think, after Ravnica. Then I played again a bit around New Phyrexia, and then I got into Arena. I forget what the most recent one was when I got into Arena. Oh, am I going to be able to play a card, or is okay? Here we go. He has to think about it. There we go. Diffusion Sliver is really good. Slivers you control have Ward 2, which is really useful. I don't know how I feel about this. It looks like they made Diffusion Sliver thick. Like, look at those thighs. I don't know. It's kind of creepy, to be honest. Video on Charles Lindbergh. I'd have to do some research on Charles Lindbergh. I haven't. I don't really know anything about him, aside from the fact that the Jimmy Stewart movie was pretty good. Uh, but I love Jimmy Stewart. Okay, what's this? Mere Crafty Companion. Okay, play that. And we will play 2 Predatory Slivers and attack. Okay, and I am going to play. I think I'll play Cleaving Sliver. I don't think I'm really in a position. Oh no, wait, is he 2/4? Oh, yeah, I'll attack with both. If he wants to dual block, he can, I guess. Instant and sorcery cards you control have lifelink. That's pretty good. Interesting. That's a very interesting effect. I wouldn't say it's overpowered or anything, but I've never seen something like that. I didn't even know instant or sorcery spells could have lifelink. Weird. Hopefully, we'll come across some of the cards that I think are legitimately unbalanced. And I admit I will use some of them. Like Invoke Despair, I think is complete bullshit, and I'll explain why. Um, I use 4 copies of it in my black deck, but yeah. Okay. Little does he know I have another Diffusion Sliver in my hand, so it doesn't really matter. Are you having fun, like slow playing? Fuck. I hate slow play so much. There we go. Took you long enough. Okay, and we are going to swing with the team. And he conceded, and then I won. Woohoo! Yeah, Alara was a lot of. Yeah, I played. Yeah, I played Alara. Zendikar was a really fun set. Eldrazi are cool. I like Eldrazi a lot. So let me just take a look. Let's look at some of the cards. So one of the cancer things they introduced in MTG Online is something called Alchemy, where they made a whole bunch of like OG cards or remixed cards just for Magic the Gathering Online. And the result of that is you just have all these like weird unbalanced things that never existed in paper magic. So let's see here. Um, Let me just see. What are some stuff that I think is just broken? Let's see. I just hate Liliana of the Veil. I get that it's not really broken. I just find it really annoying. Are all my lands special? In my sliver deck, yeah, 'cause it's 5 color. In my black deck, I only have one non-basic land. I just hate that each player discards a card thing. Let's see here. I still can't believe they keep reprinting Phyrexian Arena because it's just so good, especially in like black decks that have life gain. There's one of the basic rules of thumb I learned when I was learning to play StarCraft is more shit counters less shit. So anything that gives you more draw is good. Nighthawk Scavenger is really good actually. Is the window big enough for you guys to read the cards when I pull them up? But yeah, Flying Death Touch Lifelink is really good for. This is my mono black control deck. Let's see here. Okay, so Phyrexian Obliterator. I'm not sure if anyone remembers this dude. Whenever a source deals damage to Phyrexian Obliterator, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. It's just so mean. It's one of the most mean. Actually, I rebuilt my like basically IRL deck, my mono black control deck because of Phyrexian Obliterator. Because it's such a troll card. Let's see here. One of the ones they released, I forget when they. I think they put out Sheoldred in Dominaria United. So for those of you who can't see, it is a um, 4 mana 4/5, which with Death Touch, which is already good. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. It's just a very good card in mono black control because it's a good blocker, but it also does. It works well with Phyrexian Arena, and it just puts a timer on your opponent. Yeah, so Invoke Despair, I think is like should not be in the game. So I'll go through why. So Invoke Despair is 5 mana. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. If they can't, they lose 2 life, and you draw a card. Okay, that seems pretty fair. Then repeat the process for an enchantment and a planeswalker. My issue with this is it gives black a way to remove enchantments. And one of the balancing factors for black is that it can't deal with enchantments at all. Like, I don't know if there's been any. Maybe there's like a couple black cards that are like exile all non-land permanents, but this gives like a direct way to deal with enchantments, especially decks that are based on having one special enchantment around. So I just don't think it should be in the game because I think it screws with the balance too much. There's some cool. I like this one, Shadow of Mortality, which is not good, but it's interesting. So it is 15 mana. If your starting life total is less than your starting, if your current life total is starting less than your starting life total, the spell costs X less to cast. So they reprinted a variant of Cabal Coffers called Cabal Stronghold. I think they realized that Cabal Coffers was overpowered. So what Cabal Coffers was, I forget, did Cabal Coffers add black? I'm trying to remember. Cabal Coffers. Wow, no, it didn't add mana at all. Okay, so they kind of nerfed it and kind of buffed it. So, 3 add 1 black for each basic swamp you control. So, Cabal Coffers was 2 mana instead of 3, but it didn't. You couldn't add basic mana with it. So that was kind of interesting. Let's see here. Um, what was the other? There's another card that I think is complete bullshit. I'm not sure if I have a copy of it. Let's see. No, I don't think I have it. Okay, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. So this is another thing I just don't know why they even put it in the game. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until that player has exiled cards with total mana value 20 or more. Which, if you're playing against like an elf deck or something like that, you can exile like 20 cards easy between lands and other stuff, and it's 3 mana. So, like, some people will have decks that are just about playing that multiple times. Okay, so that was Slivers. So let's move on to something else. We're going to try. We're going to play Vampire Internal. This was the first deck I made. It's still one I enjoy a lot. And this is Mono Black Vampires. I like vampires. They were really good when they were initially released. I think it was Innistrad when they Innistrad 1 when they first released vampires, but I just find them a lot of fun. It's kind of a cool black aggro, and they have a lot of very synergistic effects, as you'll see, that interact well with each other. Also, just a lot of them are really good. Like Vampire of the Dire Moon, 1/1 with Death Touch and Lifelink for 1 is really good. Because, I mean, it can kill anything. So, like, if your opponent brings up some big bomb, you can chump block with it. It's just very useful early game. And then Gifted Aetherborn is, like, equally good. 2/3 Death Touch Lifelink for 2, which is very efficient. I run both of these in my mono black control deck just because they're very good for for countering aggro. Magnetic Channeler, discard a card. Okay. I'm going to play Nighthawk Scavenger, and we're going to attack. And if he wants to block, I don't care. The other nice thing about having so much life gain in this deck is it means I don't have to block most of the time. So if they have some kind of crazy combat trick, I just can ignore it. Strangle. There we go. Okay. Proudness, Stormwing Entity. Okay. Oh no, it's a blue deck. Does this mean it's gonna like this game is just gonna go on for hours? Okay. Right, and then we're gonna attack. I'll see what he does. Okay, and he is going to do nothing, and then I will. I think I'll exile Stormwing Entity. There we go. I'll play Sorin the Mirthless next turn. Dragon Rage Channeler. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Okay. Alright, I'm going to play Sorin the Mirthless and activate his ability. Okay, and I will add that to my hand, and I will swing with the team again. And he is going to kill Vampire of the Dire Moon, but it doesn't matter. Because he is, like, doing that. He's just playing, like, all of these, like, draw card shenanigans. So I'm not super worried. I guess it activates Magmatic Channeler, maybe? But, once again, not a huge deal. It's just going to be a long turn of like just people playing random shit and nothing happening, which is always fun. Okay, I'm gonna look at the top card of my library. You know what? I will soul transfer that, and then I'll end my turn. I'll see if I can keep Soren alive for one more turn. I'm getting a pretty decent hand, but we'll see. He's getting to pretty low life, but he has a lot of mana. And we have all these shitty flashback cards. Oh boy, okay. Is he gonna play or are we gonna have another just sitting here? Okay, well he's actually playing in a decently quick manner. Alright, can I go? Actually, a swamp wouldn't be terrible at this point. He looks like he's pretty much out of resources. Fuck me. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna have to concede. Um, there really realistically isn't anything I can do at this point in time against nonsense like that. I don't know. I think that's kind of overpowered. I'm not gonna lie. I just like. How are you even supposed to counter that? I guess maybe if I had like a nuke in my hand, I could counter that, but I don't have a nuke. And so it's just one of those like blue decks that people just take like 5 minutes to do their turns, and then you just get fucked when they finish. So that's fun. Uh, if anybody wants to ask me about anything else, be my guest. So I'm sure there's other stuff. Okay, so let's try this again. Grouchy old fart. That's cool. Very mature. Okay, there is a 90% chance that he has a counter spell ready, but I don't really care, so I'm just gonna play Gifted Aetherborn. And if he wants to shoot it, he can shoot it. And he's just gonna bounce it because he's a blue player, and blue deck players are massive G slurs, so. Blue is the color of like, I don't want to play the game, and I don't want to let you play the game either. So I'm just going to sit here and just counter and bounce everything you have. I find a lot of blue decks don't even really have a win condition. The win condition is just to piss off their opponents and, until they just get so frustrated they leave the game. Like, if you go on Reddit, there will be people who are like, yeah, that is my win condition. No, I didn't watch the interview with DSP. Was it any good? Didn't they have to pay him like a fuck ton of money for him to go on that, if I recall? Okay, and I'll play him, and then I'll end my turn. Oh boy, is he gonna play another bounce spell? Oh, okay, it's gonna be a counter. It's like a 90% chance it's gonna counter this, but whatever. Oh, he didn't counter it. Okay. Sanctum Seeker is actually really good. Whenever a vampire you control attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That synergizes well with a lot of stuff. It was kind of cool. I forget which expansion it was. I think it was like Beast of Ithoria or something, where they introduced vampire conquistadors, which is based. Um, okay, that's. I am just going to nuke that, and we are gonna swing with the team. Actually, I probably could have won this. No, I couldn't have won this turn. It would have come close. I still have Battle Rage Blessing, though, so if he doesn't beat me this turn, then I win. Okay. So good game might either mean that he has some like insane thing he's gonna play that's gonna completely change it, or it means that I won. Rain, you're such a detractor. Like, why are you standing in front of my computer screen? I'm trying to play Magic here. Yeah, it's like you better meow. Sublime Epiphany. I mean, who wants to play a game? I just want to do bullshit and keep bouncing everything or countering everything. Yep, there we go, and he has a second one. Oh, are we gonna get an infinite combo now? Yep, where he just keeps, yep, creating copies of shit. It's just such a fucking blue deck. Okay, right. If you want lap time, you can have lap time. You could have just asked. There you go. There you go, good kitty. Good kitty. There we go. He has basically infinite mana. I don't know what he has in his hand. It could be lands, but he has his fucking treasure tokens, so. This is like one of those meta decks I constantly see. Is these stupid fucking Goldspan dragons. There we go, girl. Like a good cheek scratch? Yes, you do. Okay. Play Marauding Blood Priest. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to win. It's very close, but yeah, it's just not. It's not in the cards. It's not in the heart of the cards. Rain's just sitting on my lap at the moment. She's in a very awkward cat position. Yeah, it's too bad. I was very, very close there, but blue deck shenanigans mean I lose. No, I didn't have fun. I was playing against a blue deck. Okay, so I think I'm done with you did well, vampires, but it's just blue decks are blue decks. Let's see here. Okay, we're gonna play my mono black control deck next. I think I'm gonna need to brush you soon, girl. You're starting to shed quite a bit. Probably because winter's gradually coming to an end. It's still like below zero here, so okay. It's not a bad starting hand. I'll put sword on the bottom of my deck. Oh, it's a red deck wins. Okay. Alright. That is a bad matchup for this deck, but we will try. We will try. Having played red deck wins, because that was the one I'm trying to use to grind, um, it is not as good as I thought it was, or rather, it's something that's just very matchup dependent. Sometimes you will come up against stuff that you will just immediately slay with red deck wins, and sometimes you will just completely get blown out. If they have a deck that plays any amount of large creatures early, there really isn't very much you can do against them. I think I'm in a pretty good position. As long as I can get Shield Red out, then that'll be good. Red deck wins just runs out of steam really quick. Okay, dude, what's next? You're out of cards. Unless he has like two more burn spells, which is possible. I don't know what he can realistically do. Don't have a slightly short. So play that, and I will get Shieldred back. I just need to survive for one more turn, and then I can replay her. Okay, play Shieldred. And I'm not going to play Phyrexian Arena because I can't afford to take any damage. If he drew a shock, I'm dead. If he didn't draw a direct damage spell, then I probably won. Yeah, he didn't draw a direct damage spell. Let's see. I think I'm going to shoot an electrostatic field, actually. Or no, I'm going to bring back Nighthawk Scavenger and play that. So at the moment, what I really need is some life gain to get me back above the danger zone. Okay. Alright. So I think this is pretty much in the bag unless he is able to do 6 damage to me. This turn, yeah, okay. And then he just leaves. Yes, I did have fun. Because mono black control is fun to play. As Cool Cat would say, it's fun to do. Okay, there we go. Involuntary cooldown. Okay, and got some XP. Let's see here. Sliver Empires. Okay, we'll play my black-blue zombie deck next. Yeah, they've added in blue zombies now, which is kind of interesting. I didn't play it, but in the Egyptian expansion, they added in white zombies, which kind of makes sense because of mummies. So, Uh, yeah, it's not very good. Okay, I'll put that on the bottom. And I will play Champion of the Perished. And I guess we'll attack. Okay, and I'm going to play Death Baron. And I imagine he is going to shoot it. Yeah, I think Bone Crusher Giant is overpowered, to be honest. 2 mana, deal 2 damage to any target, it cannot be prevented, and then it's a 4/3 with a good special ability for 3, which I think is just kind of like a bit much. Uh, I'm just gonna shoot it because it's annoying. I need to come up with some more card draw for this deck because I find I run out of steam pretty quick with this zombie deck. Okay, let's see. Lord of the Accursed. And I'm going to try to kill Chandra. She looks really weird in this. Like, they made her look Asian or something. I don't know. It's odd. Okay, so I'm going to have a counter spell next turn, so I'll get to play with that. Okay, and then that gets shot. And we get to the fun part of the match where we both just start top decking. And I'm sitting with 2 counter spells in my hand, so we'll see if he tries to shoot Death Baron. Okay, I'm just going to counter that because it's annoying. And that gives me a zombie. And it looks like I'm mana flooded, so here we go. Stalemates are a lot of fun. Oh, okay, cool. I drew a creature. Okay, Falcon Abomination. Okay, nope, you aren't playing that. And I drew nothing again. Okay, I'm just going to attack because, like, what else am I going to do with my zombies? I named this deck Wesker's Nightmare after Albert Wesker from Resident Evil. I remember it was really funny when he was like, in one of the games, he just says zombies in his voice. Let's see here. Ghost politics. I don't have anything. So I'm just going to concede. Because what else am I going to do? Okay, so that was a disaster. Um, I don't know, for whatever reason, I just haven't. I don't know if I've ever won a game with my zombie deck. Why don't we try werewolves next? This was one I just built the other day. Oh. Oh. Hey, Ghost Politics. I don't really. I know you mostly from when you threatened Ralph and said that he was banned from Texas, which was pretty based. That's about it, though. I there's a lot of places that Ralph is banned from. Although I don't know, I stopped. I don't really watch Kino Casino anymore because I just got tired of after the whole Snortgate. It's just PPP is just such a simp for Andy Worski. I just couldn't take it. He's just like how can being a simp for Worski, like why? I much rather be a simp for fuck for Ralph, to be honest. I think being a simp for Ralph is less humiliating than being a simp for Worski. Oh, Worski didn't. No, sorry, Ralph didn't kill his son, so I mean that's something, I guess. Uh, I don't know. I'm debating just conceding in this game because I don't think I really have any ability to win. I think he drew pretty much like the ideal hand for his deck, so I'm just gonna give up because there's not really anything I can do against that. One of the annoying, there's no way to really report people in this game, which I find kind of obnoxious. Because I kind of want to report the people who do deliberate slow play. Like, they'll just let every single timer run out. Let's try playing my Toxic deck next. Oh, this is slow. Okay. Uh, okay, that's actually not bad. So this is my Phyrexia All Will Be One Toxic deck. Oh, not Piece It Together. Oh, it's another fucking blue deck. Oh no, dude, it's a rock worth living under. I used to watch Kino Casino just because like it was funny when they would like cover Nick Fuentes news and stuff like that, but they're just like oh, it's just every episode of it now is just like Worski gains admirer for $200. Let's fucking go, and just them yelling that. Okay, and that's what I mean by decks that are just purely just board nuke. Okay, and we will play. I don't know what to shoot though. I'll just play another Bilious Skull Dweller and hit him. Terranax Rex is just, it's so ridiculous. I love it. 8/8, can't be countered, trample, ward, haste, toxic. Yeah, and there we go. We have another shoot the board. Woohoo! That's fun. Have I watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012? No, I watched I forget when it came out, like in the 2000s, and I thought that one was really good. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. I forget, like, it's hard because aren't they all just called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I don't think there's like any subtitle on them. Whereas a lot of the other ones, a lot of other shows, there's often some sort of subtitle. Fuck. Oh, is this gonna be just fucking extra turns? Okay. Well, I'm gonna shoot. Okay. So I think he's just top decking now. Weed legalization is really obnoxious. Okay, let's see. I'll shoot one with the multiverse. And I get to proliferate. Oh no, I can't proliferate. But he gets a toxin counter. Toxic is a lot more fair than Infect was. Infect was ridiculous because it did a number of toxic counters equal to the creature's power, and now it just does a flat amount, which I think is comparatively a lot more fair. Okay, so we will play that. And I will give you another toxic counter. Okay, and I win next turn unless he draws his victory condition, which he might have. I can actually just shoot my own creature with Drown and Ichor to do a proliferate if I really want to, so we'll see. He has to think about it. So did he draw his win condition? That is the question. I don't know. I've never. No, I've been to New Brunswick like 20 years ago. I don't really know too much about New Brunswick, to be honest. I think wheat legalization was like a big mistake, to be honest. It's something that I've kind of changed my mind on over time. I was initially kind of ambivalent about wheat legalization, but the more I've had to deal with stoners. Oh no, I have a credit. No, it's I have multiple banks. Um uh yeah, my main bank is a credit union, but I have credit cards with a couple different companies, largely just as backups. I don't even use a lot of them. I just kind of keep them in my like drawer somewhere in case I lose my wallet. So I have some backup cards. So I just happen to have a Scotiabank card as one of my backups. Also, some of them just have different points. Like the Scotiabank one gives you movie points. going to mill, and it's going to do basically nothing. Okay. I'll play Bloated Contaminator and attack. I think New Brunswick's like okay. Where I really wanted to move actually was I really wanted to move to what's it called again? Okay, and he gets another toxic counter. I really wanted to move to Nova Scotia, but I couldn't find work in Nova Scotia, so I moved out here. Okay. Alright, how many more lands do I need? So I have 5. Okay, I need 3 more to be able to actually play anything. I don't know, I just think there's too much removal at the moment. Why are women? What does that mean? I don't know what why are women means. Yeah, and I'm just I'm mana flooded, so I'm just gonna quit. There's no point in continuing. No. As if you're bad draw algorithm. Sam hides, build a credit rating, then bankrupting like 7 to 8 Gs and never paying it off. But don't they like come in to collect from you? Like, also then you can't get credit for the rest of your life. Like, what if you need a car loan or a mortgage or something like that? I've at least for the foreseeable future decided I'm just not gonna get a mortgage and buy a place. It just doesn't make financial sense. Buying a place and like paying for everything is substantially more expensive than renting. Um, so, not including interest. So, I'd rather just invest my excess money into diversified financial things than have like a massive thing I might never be able to pay off. Okay, and I will play Blight Belly Rat. And that is probably going to get shot. This is a tricky one. I'm going to try to bait out a counter spell. Dude, just fucking play. I'm here to play a game. I'm not here to watch you fucking blue player with your Jace avatar. Just sit there and try to bore me out of the game. Credit Repair Company. Okay. Alright. I'll keep that in my hand for the moment, I guess. Oh, let me guess. He's going to shoot it because it's just fucking. Yeah, I sometimes watch Godwinson. Godwinson is like a really bad person, though. for a variety of different reasons. Okay, I'm gonna shoot that, whatever the fuck that is. Oh wait, that was stupid. Whatever. That was really stupid of me. I could have used Carnivorous Canopy, but whatever. Okay, he's got toxic counters now. Godwinson is like a demonstrable pathological liar. Um, but it's funny because he shits on PPP and Andy Worski. Like, I don't know, there was a time period where, like, he was pro Ralph. Godwinson is someone who will take the opposite position of whoever he's trying to troll, so that he can be more effective at it. Like, I've seen him complain about, like, hate speech and racism sometimes and then call people cucks at other points in time. He'll just do whatever it takes to try to, like, fuck with someone. Yeah, this is what a lot of people who play blue decks do, is they will do deliberate slow play. So as you can see, he's not actually, he just, like, is letting the timeout just expire, and he's not doing anything. The goal here is, of course, to get me, like, irritated enough that I actually just leave the game. So what he might do is he might let it go down to, like, 1 second before, and then do it, so it'll reset the timer. And I mean, he's winning, so yeah, there we go. See? Look at that shit. Look at that fucking cunt. Literally is just waiting to the last possible second to just try to, like, get me to board quit. Uh... Okay, and now I just can't do anything. Okay, this is actually a good example of deliberate slow play. Like, dude, you have 3 cards in your hand. I have nothing. Just fucking do something. I don't want to fucking sit here for 5 minutes watching you individually tap your islands because you think you're a fucking genius because you're playing blue. Holy shit. What a cunt. I don't know. They need to put a chess clock in this or something. Like, I don't know anything about steel work on the East Coast, so I don't work in industry, so I don't really know where in Canada you'd go for industry. A lot of people, I guess, go to what's it called, um, Alberta, if they're looking for work. Okay, so this is a very good example of the kind of cocksuckery that I bitch about a lot in this game. So this dude has basically no win condition. His win condition is to just take like 30 turns to mill me like 2 cards at a time and just to shoot anything that goes out on the board. While also just shooting everything. He still, notice he still hasn't actually done damage to me yet. He has done no damage to me. And I'm just mana flooded, so I can't play anything. How can I have not drawn any creatures for like the last 4 turns? Look, dude, I got nothing. I got shit. I have nothing in my hands. Why is it taking him so long? Oh. Finally, a fucking creature for once. So, I'm not sure if Death Touch applies in this situation. I'm going to take a look at because it might. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, who wants to play the game? I don't want to play the game because I play a blue deck. Okay, so that does trigger Death Touch. Cool. Okay. Oh boy, another forest. I can win if I draw Tyrannix Rex. I can still win. I don't know if he's killed it though. I don't know if he. I don't think he has. I don't see it. Okay, so I have a decent chance of drawing him actually. If I draw him, then I can still win. I don't know if I really have anything else though. Oh boy, draw more cards. This fucking slow mill decks. Okay, I just concede. Fuck it. So that is like the perfect example of why I hate blue decks so much. Although he didn't even have counter spells, so I'll give him that. But fuck me, that sucked. Anyways, I think that's a good place to stop for today. That was my salty game of me just complaining about blue decks and